Hey, Mr. Mesa here. Thought we'd recap the American Gym video, just describing the experience of what it's like getting in the ring with someone as massive as Jason Drexel. And first I have to say, I was super glad it was him, because off camera, he's a super nice guy, and because he spars so regularly, I knew that he could control the pace of everything in the ring. Also, I knew that I personally could not hurt him no matter how hard I hit him. So it was very unlikely I was going to actually land a punch that made him mad. And it was really more of just trying to stay in it and not get hammered myself. And he was probably only going at 30% versus when he's actually sparring with an MMA guy. So I knew that he could have just destroyed me had he really wanted to. But there is some things that I noticed while doing the sparring. They tell you like 4 key things to think of while you are in a ring doing a live sparring session. One is to make sure that your left shoulder is in front all the time, which minimizes the amount of space that they can hit you, which is a different stance than I have been using for Krav Maga, which is a self-defense style I've been learning for the last couple of years, which is more straight up. So I had to really focus on getting my left shoulder in front. Not sure I did it particularly well. The second thing they tell you is to relax. And that is probably the hardest thing that you can do when someone is throwing punches at your fat face, is to actually relax, see the punch, and not panic. Because number 3, they tell you, is to breathe. And when you've got the headgear on, when you've got a mouth guard, and when someone is actually hitting you, what your body wants to do is crunch and hold your breath like that to protect itself. The 4th thing they tell you is to not turn your head and flinch, that you need to be staying with your eyes on your opponent. And again, all 4 of these things go counter to what your body wants to do. Your body wants to turn, your body wants to crunch up, your body wants to hold its breath, which is the absolute worst thing you can do in a sparring session. You're supposed to be moving with the punch but keeping your eyes on the opponent. You're supposed to be breathing out and absorbing shots while breathing. Bottom line is the experience is opposite of what your body wants to do. So really the boxing training is to help you overcome what your body naturally does. And that's something that I know I didn't particularly do well in the very first live sparring session, because after about 3 minutes in the ring, when you're holding your breath and taking shots like that, it completely wipes out your energy, and after 2 minutes you feel like you've run a marathon. So no matter how good of a shape you are, if you're holding your breath, if you're flinching, you will feel exhausted, and time feels like 3 minutes in the ring feels like an hour when you're holding your breath and panicking or trying to fight that panic feeling when someone's actually landing blows on your head. But I would absolutely do it again. I did catch a shot at the end of the video where I was wearing that big diaper patty thing, and I lifted my elbow just a little bit, and Jason caught me right on the bottom of my rib cage with a punch. Again, probably at 30% of what he could actually throw. And it took me a good 2.5, 3 weeks to recover from that, where I felt it when I moved, when I was breathing, working out. So you have to be prepared when you're doing something like that. You're gonna take shots that are gonna cause you to limp around or wince for a little bit until your body gets more conditioned to taking that kind of punishment. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you next time with Hey Mister.